Hey, it's Nay, and welcome back or welcome to Nay's Little Garden. So, I told you tomorrow I would try to roll out and get some of this raised bed up and running, and it is the next day. So we gonna hop, skip, and jump right into it.
Nay's little garden, plentiful and hardy. Let's watch the garden grow. Let's watch the garden grow.
Let me give you a synopsis of what will be probably taking place today. First things first, we need to roll out all of the black tarp thing, the groundwork stuff, roll that all out before we do anything. Then we will go ahead and apply the bricks and try to figure out exactly where I want that to go. From there, we will slide the wooden pieces on there to create the raised bed. And then we might go ahead and put some soil down. So let's get to it. All right, I knew 8x4 was big, and this seems bigger than even I thought it was gonna be. I have to go to the store and get more of this black tarp because the way this goes out, and I think I'm gonna try to push it back even a little bit more closer to the fence, because this comes out far. This comes out very far. It's not the end of the world, but this probably is actually about 7 feet wide like I thought it was. I just don't know why I thought 3 feet was gonna be wider than it is. So I'm gonna push this back, but I'm gonna go to the store, so we're gonna have to, it's gonna be 2 seconds for y'all, but it's gonna be a little bit of time for me. All right, so I'm back, and we're gonna keep it going. So we're inside for the last part of this video. Before we continue on this video, I do want to put a little disclaimer out there. Maybe like a disclaimer or just offering up to you a little something. It's hot and it's just gonna get hotter, and doing things like working out in the garden is wonderful. It's great. I think that gardening does a lot of good, but it could potentially be dangerous when it pertains to your body and heat. And I know a lot of us are like, oh, let me just finish this or let me just get this done. Please go inside, drink some water, Olipop, or whatever makes you happy, and make sure you stay hydrated. Let your body cool down. I know I'm one of those people that I'm not a fan of turning on the house heat or the house AC unless absolutely necessary. Heat is not a joke. I quite literally felt myself getting hot, and I would love to go back to the plant store and pick up 3 more bags of soil. Am I going to do that? Not today, probably. I'll see if I can get my husband to pick up 1 or 2 bags. But it's not that serious. I know we're all like, it's June already. There is plenty of time to plant out what you need to plant out. We're actually going to get into what I picked up at the plant store and how much I spent by picking up all of this, because you do not have to start everything from seed. And by this point, did this melt? Oh, okay. By this point, it's, I think, I personally believe too late to start most things by seed. Like tomatoes, peppers, eggplant, those type of things. I think it might be a pinch too late. I'm in zone 6. Okay, so do with that what you will. My first frost date is typically around the end of September, beginning to mid of October. So you want to just make sure you have enough time for things to progressively grow before it starts getting too cold for them, right? But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. You are important, your health is important, and you need to take that time to pause and go ahead and make sure that you're not playing with your life, that you're not playing with your health, that you're not playing with any of those things, okay? All right, so let's go and move on to, what is this? Gotcha. Okay, sounded like a little red spider mite. I had to get it. So I'm inside now. I'll probably be inside for at least an hour. I have to figure out something to do with myself, because I will be like, no, but I can just, no. We're going to talk about these. So I went and I got essentially a little case of plants I have some empty spaces in my garden, as well as now I have an 8x4 raised bed to fill. That raised bed is huge. I also feel like I can get away with putting 1 more level. So 1 stone can technically take 2 2x4s, whatever length you want. It'll stick up slightly above the stone, but I don't think that's the end of the world. So what I'm going to probably do, I'm probably going to go ahead next year. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this year, but next year, because I do want to plant that out sooner than later. Next year, I'm going to go ahead and add another stone, so there'll be 3 stacked on top of each other. Put 2 more on there. So right now there's 2. There'll be 4. So it'll be a reasonable height. And then, I have to sneeze. Ooh. Fill up that. So some of it's going to go down anyway, just due to a slight compacting. So I'll fill that back up and then plant that out again. Now that might be That might even be a good space to plant out garlic, to be really honest with you, but that's for fall, but that's for another conversation. I'm also over here eating some pomegranate. Please make sure you eat. Especially fruits and vegetables at this time. Salad, fruits, vegetables, these all can be consumed cold. Well, depending on the produce or whatever, but you get what I'm saying. And there's hydration in that. Because Lord, I was hot. So we're gonna get into the thing that probably was a waste. It all depends. Like, I'm being a little extra by saying that. A waste meaning I really probably could have started this myself, this one plant, but it's okay. It's okay to go, because you can sit there, right? So a tray of stuff is $20. So I got one less plant pack. So I spent, I think, $16 on all these plants, and there are a lot of plants here. And then this was I got a thyme in a bigger thyme, which was not in the small tray, so it was in a bigger one. That I think was like $8, $7. Needless to say, I spent about $21 or $22 for everything I'm about to show you. That is not bad. Now, for $20 at Emerald Gardener, you could probably get like 5 packets of seeds and start a lot more plants. This is true. However, right, I just do what's easier for you. Don't let people try to like make you feel bad about doing what you, if you don't want to start seeds and worry about starting seeds, or worried about anything digging up your seeds. Because once a plant starts getting like big, it's less likely to be attacked by an actual like animal. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're gonna get into it. We really could talk all day about stuff like that. Just do what's easiest for you. This is the plant I was talking to you about. This is the Everleaf Genovese basil. Basil and tomato just plants out really well together. And I told you that I was definitely gonna put at least a couple tomato plants into this raised bed. So there we are. I went ahead and this is just 4 separate. I just feel like you can't go wrong with basil. There's a lot of things you can do with basil, and then of course it's gonna help with, you know, the tomatoes and stuff, like a minor pest repellent. You can put basil in like everything. I love me, and I hated this as a child and I love it now as an adult, but I love me some mozzarella, tomato, and basil salad, whatever that salad is called, with a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Is it balsamic vinegar? Like the sweet yet sour brown sauce. That's so good. So good. And I will just go ahead and buy that. Like, I will grow to my own tomatoes, grow my own basil, and then just buy the mozzarella. I heard you can make your own mozzarella. I will probably try that, but definitely I could also just buy it, and then you just slice everything up and you eat it, and it's cold, it's refreshing, it's delicious, it's sweet and a little like sour. It's just everything, and a bag of chips. You can also make homemade pizza, and I actually have made pizza on the grill. I would lower the grill. I burned it slightly, but it did come out actually pretty delicious, so I would love to make more pizza outside. I also think that making any type of sauce, right, making pizza, you can use the sauce, whatever, but also making sauce and using that for other things. Like, I think that a good like meatball with the sauce of this, like the basil, is absolutely delicious. There are drinks where you can put a little basil in there. I probably wouldn't put this basil, although I think people say you could do basil tea. Excellent for adding flavor to soups, sauces, fish, and meat dishes. Oh, fish too. So anyway, that's 4 of those plants. Bada boom, bada bang. They smell so. I love the smell of basil too. I just think it's so pleasant. So the rest of them I think are very much useful, very much awesome, and I could have gotten other things, and I said, you know what, we gonna do what we do. So here, And I'm gonna show you something that's like a, ooh, yikes, but it's fine. This is the Little Fingers eggplant. I just feel like I only have, I think, 2 eggplants in my garden. And I have 3. I think I have 3 eggplants in my garden, which now that I'm thinking about it, that probably is a lot. But how long does an eggplant actually produce eggplants? So those are gonna be, obviously, they've been growing longer and in the spot that they're gonna stay for longer than this, because I haven't even planted it in the spot yet. So I think it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna plant out like probably 2 of these in that raised bed, and then I'll try to find a spot for the other 2, or I might even see if my mom wants one. We'll see what's gonna go on with that. I know she's leaving soon, so she's going on vacation, so I don't want to also stress her out about what's gonna be watered. But it's just like this small purple eggplant. This should actually be harvestable much faster. Okay, matures in 65 to 68 days. That's in 2 months. So you're telling me all of June, all of July. Well, is it actually 65 to 68 days from this? Or is it 65 to 68 days from seed? I don't know. Even so, at the end of July, I should be able to start harvesting this at the latest, you know, and that's awesome to me. Then we have, sorry. So technically, this one was empty, but there's 2 in here. I'm going to get this out very quickly because I don't want this to get rebound, because like I said, there is 2 in here. And there's 2 more here. This is okra. Guys, I haven't really sat down and eaten okra in a long time. I am Jamaican American, and okra is definitely something we consume in our soups and stews. So I want to get back into that, and I want my kids to start eating that. Because it's very good for you. The mucus like texture on the inside is just, it's just really good for you. And putting that in like soups and stews or with fish, oh my gosh, stuffing it in some fish, like it's just so many things you can do with okra. So I didn't really need 4 plants, but a lot of the stuff only came in packs of 4, so it is what it is. I might plant 1 in a grow bag. We'll see how that do, but these 2 are huge and these are smaller, so I think the harvest time is going to be faster for this half of it. This is saying that it's in 40 days. So in the middle of July, I should be apparently harvesting from this. So we're gonna get all these things out quite as quickly as possible. The next batch is this, which this is sweet banana pepper. I was thinking about getting another spicy pepper. I just have so many, I think, in my garden. I just want to make sure I have enough sweet peppers to use. So these looked so healthy. Don't these look so healthy to you? They look extremely healthy to me. I'm gonna plant them out. I think I'm gonna put 2 in the raised bed and then 2 somewhere else as well, because I do have that. I'll probably plant one of these out today. The groundhog is stressing me out. He got to my sweet potatoes. I'm not gonna get into it in this video, but he got to my one of my sweet potato bags, and that really upsets me. I have to catch him. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is 75 days, and it gets 4 inches like this, 4 to 6 inches, which is pretty decent size. And this is just the sweet banana peppers, because they did have the hot banana peppers, the hot wax, Hungarian hot wax pepper. But like I said, I'm aiming for sweet peppers. I want to harvest significantly more sweet peppers than spicy peppers, but I still want to harvest a good amount of spicy peppers because I love food with a good little kick. So these will look great, and I'm super excited for these. Because that was the other thing to keep in mind when you're looking at plants in there. You want to make sure you get at minimum what you should get, at maximum more than what you should get. You know, if there's multiples in there, just know you have to plant those out sooner than later, or at least separate them. Let's turn you around. Why you being weird to me? Okay, I did get a spicy pepper. This is the jalapeno, so it's not spicy. It's just a little spicy. I thought these also looked really healthy. They looked very good. Nothing about it looks like, okay, we've been in here too long. The greenhouse I went to today, because I told you guys about the other greenhouse the other day, and their stuff was out earlier than other people's stuff was out, which worked in my favor because I was able to put some of that stuff out. But when you do that, a lot of their stuff is already flowering. This greenhouse, local greenhouse that I went to, put their stuff out later, and so their stuff is younger, right? Because they started it later, so that just works also in favor. This is 65 to 80 days. 65. We're gonna say. So this is 8,000 Scoville heat units. Jalapenos I think are delicious. Stuffed them with some cream cheese is absolutely delicious. Fried jalapenos is delicious, like when it's breaded. I also think jalapenos. I want to cowboy candy. I've eaten about 4 or 5 jars of the Trader Joe's cowboy candy since the new year. When I found that in Trader Joe's and I opened it and tried it, that thing was, oh my gosh, I put that with everything now. It's delicious, so I want to make my own and save some money. Okay, this has a knife in here. I did look this up because I haven't heard of it. The Primo tomato, and this was started $4.25. So this was started in April. They look really healthy, so I'm not mad about it. Ooh, I don't want to break anything. This is a Primo. Apparently, it's considered an earlier fruiting tomato, so I'm gonna plant these out. These 2 are huge, so I really need to get these 2 out ASAPity into some soil, and then the other 2 are smaller. So I think I have a spot or 2 still in my green stock where I could plant something out. I don't know how to plant tomatoes. I might do the jalapenos in there and then plant this out in my polytunnel, because the groundhog hasn't really messed with any of my tomatoes. I hope it stays that way, because it will be warfare if it messes with my tomatoes. I went ahead and got the black prim. I'm guessing the black prim is considered a better tomato than other tomatoes because they only sold these as 3 packs. This is an heirloom, medium-sized, dark maroon purple fruit, rich flavor, matures in 80 days. So what I'm probably gonna do, to be honest, I'm gonna probably take off the bottom 2 leaves and plant it deeper, so it's going to be planted out. I might even take off this one and plant it this deep, so it'll be all the way down here, and then let that sprout up. I might do that for 2 out of the 3, well, at least one of them is going to have that happen to it, probably all of them, at minimum the bottom 2 leaves, so that it can really root deep and get nice and strong and tall. That's my goal with this, because these do look actually pretty good to me. This one leaf looks like but you know, love and affection and what it do is going to be just fine. Is that all of them? I think that's everything in here. Okay, move over. Okay, and then the last thing I got, that was the tray, was the thyme. I was telling you about the pizza thyme. I don't think I actually showed it to you. So this is the pizza, my thyme. It's just a pizza thyme. I'm gonna plant this out. I feel like this is 2 different, I don't know, I could be wrong. It's looking like 2 different bushes, so I might plant 1 bush in the new raised bed. I feel like it is. It does look kind of like 2 separate entities. And then I might plant another one somewhere else. I have a green, in my green stock some thyme. It's just taking, oh my gosh, thyme smells so good. I can't explain this to you. It just reminds me, I mean, we use thyme a lot in Jamaican cuisine, so I wanted to make sure I have enough thyme. I did grow my own thyme from seed, and I hope she flourishes. I really do. I just want to make sure I have plenty. I also want to be able to give some to my parents to use, and they don't have to buy any. I have to look. I feel like you can freeze thyme, and I feel like you could dehydrate thyme too. So we're gonna look into that, because I would like to save some, at least to get me through most of the fall. Because I don't use thyme a ton like that, only because I don't want to buy it. But I will use it. When it comes to, I already have the herbs, so I might as well throw it in there. Herbs it's probably, when I first watched videos, and we're gonna get off of this real quick because this video is getting long, but when I was first watching gardening videos, and I kept hearing people talk about, the first thing I would advise you to buy is herbs. Grow you some herbs. Grow you some herbs. I have to sit there and look at the video and be like, ma'am, get the dried and blended seasoning. If you don't have it, I already have it in my house. I'm not gonna stress herbs like that. But there's definitely something to using fresh herbs. There's definitely something to making your own seasoning from your own herbs. It's not gonna fill your belly. And I think ultimately that's why in the beginning I was like, but it will do a lot and go a long way towards making your food taste even better and taste just truly amazing. So anyway, that's all I want to talk about today. Let's talk down in the comment section. I feel like I touched many different topics. So anything gardening and homesteading, let's talk about it down in the comment section. How is your garden doing? What zone are you in? I'm definitely curious because I know some people are like, oh yeah, we'll start planting, like some people are just starting to plant out tomatoes and peppers and stuff. I started in zones like 4 or 5. So let's talk about down in the comment section. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.